Welcome back to Afternoon Live. We have all heard the advice to drink 8 glasses of water a day, but our next guest says there is so much more to it than just that. Here with everything you need to know about water, we welcome the author of Quench, Beat Fatigue, Drop Weight, and Heal Your Body Through the New Science of Optimum Hydration, Dr. Dana Cohen. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So there's some exciting new research that tells us just how beneficial certain levels of hydration can be. Can you break a little bit of that down for us?
So I always say the single most important thing you could do to treat and prevent chronic disease is learn how to hydrate. Before you go on any diet, always start with hydration.
Okay, so let's start with the basics of 8 glasses of water a day. Is that enough? And is there a certain method to getting the amount that you need?
It's different for everybody, and it may be right for some. Some people may need 1 glass of water. Some people may need more. It's so individualized. So it's 8 glasses of water a day comes from nowhere, and it's not really what we need to look for.
Okay, are there certain ways you can find out your appropriate hydration level?
Yes, I'm going to give you one thing. The best and most important thing to do is look at your urine output. We are meant to urinate every 2 or 3 hours while we're awake. So if you're not doing that, you're not hydrating enough. Easy.
Okay, that sounds like a good place to start. Now, how about overdoing it, getting too much water? That can have some negative impacts, right?
It can. We can absolutely overhydrate. I see it all the time in my office. Brooke Shields just recently had a seizure because she was drinking too much water. So yes, it is definitely a thing, and it's scary with this gallon water a day challenge going around. We can overhydrate, especially if we're just drinking plain water and not taking in electrolytes. So if you're sweating a lot, you need to take in some electrolytes in addition to plain bulk water.
Okay, are there certain, I guess, places, foods, beverages that would provide us that electrolyte intake to look for?
Yeah, so fruits and veg is the easiest thing to do. Those are the people that only need 1 glass of water a day. Those people are eating tons of fruits and vegetables in their diet. So fruits and veg is a great way to hydrate.
Some of us, I think, are missing that because we've heard such an emphasis on getting enough protein in your diet. You can't forget those other fresh produce items that you need too.
Cannot. Veggies are super important, and we're not getting enough of them. Most of us aren't.
How about smoothies? Are those a good way to get a few extras in there?
Smoothies are fantastic. Smoothies are, I say, probably equivalent to drinking 3 times the amount of the same amount of water from a hydration standpoint. One smoothie. So smoothies are a great way to hydrate. Lots of vegetables in there. Lots of different things that you can put in there that are really hydrating. Some fruit, some vegetables, fiber. Smoothies are blended fruits, blended plants, let's say.
Sure. Okay, what about the timing of getting your water throughout the day? Getting started in the morning, are there some benefits to that?
I think so. Yeah, I think great way to start your day is start by drinking water, maybe a little lemon in there if you like. But before you even have your coffee, start by getting that morning hydration in. That's how desert people hydrate. They front load their water. So it's a great habit to get into by starting first thing in the morning.
Okay, and what about drinking a glass of water before a meal? I've heard that that's beneficial in helping you stop from overeating. Is it also, from a hydration standpoint, helpful as well?
Yeah, definitely from a hydration standpoint, because it's built into your day, right? So if you drink a glass of water, you won't forget that's at least 1 glass that's getting in there. And then there's some studies that it does help to, you can lose a little bit of weight if you have a glass of water before every meal. In those that are dieting, they've lost more weight by doing that.
Okay, what about some other beverages we might have throughout our day? Are there certain ones that are more helpful versus hurtful in the actual hydration standpoint?
Well, I think the only real hurtful one is alcohol. Alcohol is absolutely dehydrating. There's no room for it in the hydration picture. But the good news is that coffee and tea do count. Under a certain amount, their coffee specifically under 4 cups a day is not a diuretic, so it does count towards your hydration, which is really good news.
I'm excited. I'm a 2-cup-a-day kind of gal, so that sounds great to me. Can you tell me maybe some other foods that are more hydrating than others? Like if you're making a smoothie, some things to reach for?
So, any greens, greens are super hydrating. A little we talked about fruits and vegetables are really they're super hydrating. Any fruits and vegetables, whatever you like, throw them in there. Maybe be a little careful with some of the fruits. If you have blood sugar problems, that has to think about that as well. But greens are hydrating mixed with water. You're getting the fiber. So chia seeds are super hydrating. Think about that. Anybody's made a chia pudding, they carry 30 times their weight in water when they're hydrated. So chia seeds are great. Flax seeds are great as well.
What about those little packets that you can buy to add to your water? Are those beneficial because they're helping us, I guess, drink the water, or are there certain drawbacks to putting additives in there?
I think you're talking about like electrolyte mixes.
Sure,
Um,
yeah.
They're great. They are, I think, a really good thing to do, especially if you're sweating a lot and you're an athlete, or you're going to hot yoga and you're losing all this sweat, because that's where you lose electrolytes. So it's a great thing to put an electrolyte packet in there. You want to look for ones that don't have added sugars or other or bad additives in it.
Okay, lots of great tips to get us started on a healthy foot this new year. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll have more information on our website about the book you see here, Quench, at katu.com. And we'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.